Nation. Now, this past Sunday, we continued our series No Days Off with Clay wrestling coach and high school football official Ralph Cubberly. Tonight, BCSN's Mark Kuntz continues that conversation, where tonight's focus is the looming officiating crisis.
Not only do you coach, not only do you teach, you're also a football official. Let me ask you this. Since you're a football official, do you find yourself taking a little bit easier on wrestling referees, because you kind of know both sides of the coin?
That's a great question. I try to think about that. But sometimes in the heat of the battle, and I know some of my officiating colleagues in refereeing and wrestling are going to say, he's crazy, he's not saying the truth here. But I do think about that. I think, I'd like to treat the officials in wrestling like I like to be treated on the football field. I know sometimes in the heat of the moment, things can go a little bit sideways quick. But it also makes me as an official on the football field understand when a coach gets upset with me, it's probably a heat of the moment thing, and they understand it, and I understand them, where they're coming from. It does help me as an official, and it helps me as a coach understand officiating issues.
Certainly officiating has come into the spotlight the last couple of years because the numbers in Ohio, the numbers nationwide are going drastically down, and we're starting to see games being canceled, and we're starting to see JV programs, freshman programs, middle school programs not be able to field events because the officials aren't there. Or is it got to the point now where people are finally starting to realize this is a major problem?
Oh, it's a major problem. It's been a major problem. Lack of officials has been a major problem for the last 15 years. But over the last few years, it's really been tough. In our association, which is Wood County, that I'm a member of, I'm the president of the Wood County Football Officials Association, we've had 2 and 3, and last year we had 1 person sign up for the class. We got people retiring. I've been an official for 30 years. I'm 56. I'm thinking about when am I going to be done? But then you think that, and there's nobody signed up. There's nobody to do these games. Who's going to do the games? So there's a huge shortage of officials right now.
Why are people not officiating like they used to?
Oh, they don't want to take the abuse. The OHSAA is right on. I mean, when people are waiting for you at the gate of a game, the varsity games are one thing, but when it trickles down to freshmen, JV, and 7th and 8th, where kids are trying to learn and coaches are trying to teach basics, and it seems like winning the 7th grade game is more important than learning a basic, and you got people waiting to argue with you and call you all kinds of names and stuff like that. People don't want to take it anymore. I mean, people second guess getting involved, especially a first-year rookie official. I've seen it. I've seen a rookie official come out, referee with us. He might make a call that he's not sure of, and there's people waiting for him. And you understand why those kids don't stick around. They don't stick around. They're not going to put themselves out there for $50 or $40 a game.
Is there an easy solution? I suppose if there was an easy solution, we would have arrived at it years ago, but yet we find ourselves in this situation right now.
Yeah, I don't know if there's an easy solution. I would just hope that, in my personal opinion, that parents would understand the situation and think to themselves, well, how would I want to be treated in this situation? Would I make the call perfect every time, in a bang play? How would I want to be treated if I screwed up? If you go to work and you do something and you make a mistake, and you want your boss or somebody there to yell and call you every name in the book and treat you like that. I think if you put yourself in that position, I think that most 99.9% of the people would understand. But again, I think it's just at the moment reaction by people, but sometimes it gets old and it scares officials away. It does scare them away.
Back to something a little bit lighter. When you are officiating in the fall, how much are you scouting for the winter?
Oh, I'm always looking at athletes. I want to see, athletes. And I look at linemen and I say, oh man, this would be a nice 220 pounder. This would be a nice heavyweight. I look at, wings and running backs and receivers and say, oh, these guys, look how athletic this kid is. And, you see him running and getting hit and still staying up. I'm thinking, wow, it'd be nice to have some of these kids on your team. Problem is I don't coach at them schools. So, I look at them and I think, wow, this kid could be a really good wrestler.